kinds of special treats, but don't take my word for it. Take it away, fellas!
Come on, take a stroll to the sandbar, bring a family pie. Come on, take a stroll to the sandbar, have a good time. Popcorn for all, hell's on its way. Come on, take a stroll to the sandbar, have a good time.
50 minutes till it's showtime. There's still plenty of time to visit the refreshment stand.
Come on, take a stroll to the sandbar, have a good time. Hell's on its way. Come on, take a stroll to the sandbar, have a good time.
The house looks just like the one next to it. And the one next to that. And the one next to that. A young couple live in it.
Give Ken a kiss.
You are so obnoxious.
With their 3 children. And something more.
They're here.
Sweetie, remember last night? Do you remember when you woke up and you said you were here?
Uh-huh.
Well, who did you meet? Who's here?
TV people.
Something's funny going on here next door. Something,
We were wondering if maybe you had experienced any disturbances lately.
What kind of disturbances?
I don't know what happens over this house. I've never sensed anything like it.
That thing is in there with my baby!
Progress.
Now Steven Spielberg crosses a frightening new threshold into a world within our own. Its form is revealed.
What is it?
Its focus is clear. And the games are over.
Trailer. Uh Hey, what's up? Oh God, I didn't realize this is right in my face.
Hello, everyone.
What is up? We are going to paint some models and talk about some rules.
Yeah, the new 40K rat. Well, relatively new. Kind of like.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Continue. They're a couple months old. I believe it came out in August.
Yeah.
So it's a little late to the start, but we're trying to get back into 40K and keep up with all the rules. So we've been taking a look at the errata.
You know what? Did I name it that? Yeah, there we go.
Did you name it that?
Yeah, I had it on the wrong one there. But yeah.
But before we get started on that, without giving away any spoilers, we both saw Terrifier 3.
So good.
Let me hear you said your opinion, but what can you say about it before?
So, and I've said this before, so I'm sure I sound like a freaking broken record, man, but these guys had $2 million for this budget.
Leone, I believe. I don't know how to say his name.
Why am I not seeing it?
Why aren't you not seeing it?
Did something just pop up?
Did?
Well, what are you saying, Leone?
No, Leone. That's the director's last name.
Oh, I thought you were saying somebody was.
I think it's David
you were
Leone.
saying somebody said something. Like, wait, why is it not populated?
No, David Leone, the director.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
of the film. Sorry,
I thought it was like his last name's the name of a Batman character.
I thought it was. Let me use the power of Google.
Falcone is the name. Pretty sure. Maybe that was the producer. I don't know. In either case, they had $2 million. They had a $2 million budget, which is nothing.
Oh, sorry, Damien Leone.
Leone. There's a Falcone in there. I know. I saw it.
He may be, but the director is.
Got you.
Damien.
Well,
why do I want to call him David?
Other movie producing people and directors need to take note, man. Because honestly, like the CGI is just so over the top in movies that it, like, if you're talking about horror movies in particular, like they're just not scary. I can't stand CGI. It takes away from the movie. It pulls me out of the story. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, look at one of the best body horror movies of all time. You have it's there.
Yeah.
Is there an angle that they can see it? Perhaps. I don't even have to say it. You have it in here. Oh,
yeah, there it is.
You have to point at it. I can't point at it with this scene. If you can't see that, it is the thing. But one of the best, Cronenberg, I think is the coin term.
What do you mean?
Cronenberg, like the kind of like body horror.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
I don't know, but like they did it for nothing. I mean, the first Terrifier had like a $25,000 budget. That was fantastic.
Yeah. I
mean, it just goes to show you that, like, and the main character doesn't even say anything.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
Literally doesn't say anything. I mean, it is kind of its own little genre I say genre, but it's more of it kind of reminded me of It a little bit. Not It. The character reminds me a little bit of The Mask. Like the way he acts.
Oh, yeah. I kind of see that.
It's like a dark version of The Mask.
Yeah. I'm just so seeing where he started with his like short films and how he's progressed it into Terrifier 3 is just wild. Like I watched I forgot what the short film's called. It's about the girl on the train station. Then All Hallows Eve. I watched that.
I don't know if I've ever actually sat down and watched All Hallows Eve.
It's fun, but art kind of takes like a back seat in that movie. And seeing him progress into the main villain, like I guess it would be a villain, the main antagonist of the Terrifier series, is just crazy. And seeing it progress each movie has gotten so much better. And like I think directors should have artistic license over what they're doing, because this is a case in point of like giving them creative license, letting them do what they want, and then it turned out great.
And it turns out amazing. Yeah. It's doing great in the box office too. Like,
yeah, I mean, granted, it appeals to a certain audience, of course.
Yeah, especially the third one.
Yeah, the third one.
Third one was out of control.
Yeah, the third one definitely appeals to fans of the series. But dude, it was great. I saw it in theaters. This is the first Terrifier movie I've seen in theaters, and it is definitely an experience on the big screen. On a sidebar, I guess what the stream is kind of about, the other half, other than rules. What are you painting today?
I am painting my Slanesh. I'm painting the fiends from Slanesh.
The anteaters.
Yeah, the giant anteaters.
The giant anteaters. And today I'll be painting some corn demons. Here's my test model. I don't know, will it pick it up on the camera?
I mean, you'd probably do better just showing it right there. Oh. Did you freeze? Oh, no.
No,
it's me.
I have really short arms. It's there, trust me. The dragons are coming. But
yeah, I'm a huge Drukhari person. I love Eldar. I started off playing with Eldar. You know, I'm kind of like, why not have Slanesh?
It's very fitting.
Yeah, like,
it's very fitting.
I have all three.
Didn't the Eldar create Slanesh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a big boo-boo on that one.
Imagine living so long and becoming so debauched that you create a
god?
A chaos god.
Yeah, I have no clue how I'm going to paint these. I do know that I'm doing the Zombie Fishers theme colors, though. We are doing green and like a purplish pink.
I think it'll be dope. I mean, pink goes with it.
Yeah, I'll be throwing a lot of pink in here.
Yeah.
I like those vibrant colors. That's another reason why I am kind of excited to play them. Is because I like their colors that you can give them. I like anything vibrant.
Yeah. Slanesh is definitely excess.
Yeah.
Excess color, excess everything. Also, I don't know if we said it in the very beginning, but...
No, it was an awkward start because we had... Hold on real quick.
Yeah, explain that.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I did put out in chat that I wanted to start at 8. So with new equipment comes all new types of problems. So I've got a whole bunch of new equipment, and I'm just kind of getting used to managing all of it. So there's a couple things that I was missing, a couple scenes that I wanted in here that I didn't get to, but yeah, sorry for the late start and the awkward start too, I guess.
We're perfecting the craft.
Yeah.
What I was going to mention is, though, we didn't really even introduce ourselves.
No.
I'm Zombie John.
I am Kyle.
Zombie Fishers.
Zombie Kyle.
Yeah, Zombie Kyle.
Zombie Cat.
Nobody seems down with putting... I mean, the channel is Zombie Fishers, and I'm the only one that's really adopting the zombie theme.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I'm going there.
No, I'm going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that we want to talk about was 10th edition and where it's at right now. Kind of a comparison from the start to where it's at now. I played LVO back in January, and I was playing Drukhari when they were not good. By the way, if anybody's in chat right now that's actually listening, let me know how the mics are. It's a whole new setup. I don't know why, but these were like registering lower on here than they were on my other computer, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But
hopefully you can hear us and it sounds decent. Also,
are you gonna pull the tunes up?
I'm gonna pull up the tunes.
Just press play.
Did I do it?
Hopefully
Tell us how the music sounds.
Yeah, hopefully
it's not drowning us out.
Yeah, I remember the first few streams. Dude, so I was thinking about it the other day with how things look right now. Like the change in stream, the evolution of the stream.
Yeah.
And like we just started in February, and I was thinking about how the first stream that I did, I didn't even have borders on anything. It was literally just a camera here, you know, like a USB camera here, my computer USB camera right here, and then like the top view of the playfield, and it was just awful.
It's the essentials, you know? It's the essentials. But jinx,
you gotta do that thing.
Yeah, you gotta do the thing. Oh.
Yeah, it was just, you know, you were mentioning a minute ago when I built this scene really quickly, and you're like, dude, oh my god, like, had to rebuild this whole thing from when I transferred everything from my old computer. But anyway,
it's crazy to see. As someone, what is it? I would say with streaming, it's kind of like the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's like I know nothing about it, so it's like, oh, it happens. But then when you see it happens, you kind of start getting an idea of like, oh, that's a lot of work.
So one of the things that I'm actually thinking about doing is, because I've gotten pretty good. I don't know all the ins and outs of OBS because I know there's a lot still that I don't know about it. There's a lot of things you can do. Like, I actually just found the Stream Up plugin that allows the camera angle to be a circle instead of a square.
Ooh.
So you can actually change up how it changes up a lot actually.
Yeah.
Like you can make borders now that are circles and shit like that. So that's actually kind of cool. But I was thinking about eventually doing some OBS, like super beginner guy, like somebody that has no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, I know it
because
help a lot.
I didn't know anything about it. Luckily, I had my brother, to kind of walk me through everything.
I couldn't imagine trying to start from scratch and not have any connections to anyone to be able to do this, to be able to set up the scenes.
You have to be computer savvy to be able to start. Like, you can't just walk into this like I was when I first walked in.
I wouldn't survive. I would just be like, oh, this is...
Yeah, you have to kind of know, like, a little, like, your way around how things are worded and things, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that and, like, having a kind of base know-how on just, like, what you should even have. Like, you might have a bunch of useless stuff. Like, you might be like, oh, this is probably necessary, but it's not.
Yeah, actually, we just went through something similar with my buddy who has the t-shirt thing. Just went into it just freaking balls forward and just bought a bunch of shit, subscribe, like, clearly when you're trying to start an online business, there's so much predatory shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like, hey, you need this and you need this, and you're like, oh shit, that sounds like
buy our guide to tell you what you need to know.
Yeah.
We'll coach you, and then they're like, you need to do this.
Buy a guide to tell you what guides are actually useful.
Yeah, buy a guide to tell you what you need to buy, and it's people that sponsor that guide, Oh, no.
But you can't just jump in and just be like, oh, this is what I'm doing. Like, and I thought that's what it would be too. It's like, because you look at these streams and you're like, it's really not that looks super, like, whatever it is, it looks easy.
The Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yeah, for sure.
It's real. Like, you think that you know about it because you see it, and it's when you get into it, you're like, oh, this is a little bit deeper.
Yeah, way deeper.
There's a lot more involved.
It's funny because you want to do like what you would think would be a basic task,
and it's not.
Like, I'll ask my brother, like, hey, how hard is this to do? And he's like, well, if you were a programmer, that would be something you could do, but you don't have the technical skills to do any of that. So
we'll start on a different level.
All right. How do I change the monitors on my screen?
Yeah.
This is a little problem we had when we, like, before the stream. It actually kind of delayed things a little bit. Like, I couldn't get my monitor to work, but it was because it wasn't registering. I don't know why. But anyway, the actual reason for the stream, we are...
Before that, did you pray to the machine spirits?
About what?
About having it work. Did you pray? Did you do the incantations?
No.
This is some AdMech stuff, all right? He's
You're absolutely right.
He's wanting to play an AdMech army, but he's not praying to the machine spirits. We can't have this.
Very true. Very, very true.
But I will get, I guess I'll get a little serious. I'm going to skip around a little bit on the errata because I think that certain things are a little bit more prevalent than others. The biggest thing I want to start at is, well, I can hit something small here.
I think you might need to turn that music down a little bit.
A little bit? All right.
Just a tad. Oh God. No, it's not.
I didn't mean to do that. How about there?
Show me the OBS. Yeah, it's probably good.
All right, that's good.
I highly doubt. What's funny is that was going on in the background. I'm like, that is kind of loud. They probably didn't hear anything. Anything.
The whole time it's just drowned out. You're like, all right, this is where we're at right now. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna jump around on the errata, like I said, in order of what I think is most important or what I care about the most.
Dude, you are driving the bus today, so.
So I'm gonna go into surge moves, which, if in case you can't tell, since I have Corn Demons, I also play World Eaters. Yeah, okay, guy. So surge moves have been affected. We can only use a surge move once per phase.
What is a surge move?
So my Berserkers, when you kill a model, they get a D6 move. If you kill a model in the unit, and now they can only do that once per phase. And if they're in engagement, they cannot use the surge move. They
really that
Yeah.
that makes once per phase. So
Yes.
one unit.
Well, each unit
Each
can only
unit
do
can
it once
time.
per phase. Yeah,
That's still huge.
no, it is because if you kill one model, I get that one move and that's it. Then you can shoot them off the board. Not a good time for me.
No, I mean that really kind of hampers the whole shtick of your army.
Cool mechanic, but definitely neutered.
There should be ways that you could get a unit to do it twice.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you invest points into because
that really makes Corn Berserkers almost not even really.
Yeah, it's like one move, and then you roll poorly, you get 1 inch, and then they get shot off the board. They're gonna obviously focus the unit that.
If they're gonna do that, they should make it auto 6.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, and not only that, but if they're battle shocked, they can't do it.
Oh wow.
Which, I mean, that kind of makes sense. I get that change, like if they're battle
Well,
shocked.
yeah, aesthetically.
But that kind of makes you want to use MSU. You want the smaller unit because it's like if they're shooting and you're only gonna get one move, and the move is gonna happen in terms of sequencing after they kill the models. After they shoot at it. If they shoot at it with a big unit, you're battle shocked. You can no longer use it.
Oh, wrong camera.
Oh, that's just me. I also have a Kiss shirt on. But I don't know how I feel about it. It's definitely it feels targeted on the Berserkers, which I don't think the Berserkers were the strongest part of World Eaters kit in general. I think that the strongest part of World Eaters is probably their scout moves and Invocatus being able to grant 2 units scout, which he could give the 8-bound. So kind of the Berserkers are already kind of expensive, and they're not very durable. And then hitting them with this, it's like you're making the surge move a little bit worse. I don't know. It feels bad, but
Yeah, there's a lot of feels bad in there.
yeah, it doesn't feel good for sure. You can see why I brought it up first. It's relevant to me. Yeah, I like running Berserkers. I like running Karn. Karn's not the best. He likes to shoot his guys in the back of the head, but he's a very cool model.
I mean,
7 hours later.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Jim.
Welcome, Jim.
That definitely, as a person that like it's easier to math out obviously your max stuff, but you would be able to do some shenanigans still with. I'd probably use it to get on objectives more than anything.
Well, you have to go towards the nearest enemy unit. You can't. It's not like a towards objective. It has to be towards a unit. So.
Well, you just have to end closer to that enemy unit.
Yeah, but if somebody knows that rule, they're gonna probably play off of that.
No, I get it. But if you're gonna go MSU, it might be a good way to you could hide behind objectives.
Yeah.
And just show a couple dudes, just to be able to get shot at.
Yeah.
But hide yourself from too much. You could use some shenanigans.
Yeah, but only getting it once seems kind of, like people are going to try to play around that too much. Like, okay, they got a maximum of 6 inches that they can get. And we already said they can't use it battle shocked and they can't use it with an engagement range, which the last 2 make sense. I feel like they should be able to use it more than once because it seems to me that with the current point changes, Games Workshop has been trying to incentivize people for not using the minimum size units.
Yeah.
They
want you to they're giving you they're upping the price of MSU.
Yeah.
And they're keeping the full unit cost, like a maxed out unit cost, the same.
Yeah.
That's pretty much across the board what they've done with the points.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. It seems like it incentivized, at least for Berserkers, if you want to utilize the. Actually, I don't think Berserkers. Let me go to the points real quick. I don't think Berserkers changed.
Jim said, "Why are you always making John sit in his bad angles?"
No, Jim, this is my good angle.
Yeah, I wore the Bob Ross costume to my buddy's house last night so I could go hang out with them while their kids were trick-or-treating and stuff like that. And dude, it was so itchy. I had to take it off, and the beard that goes with it, the hair kept getting in my mouth, and I have a terrible gag reflex. So like the entire time, like I'm talking, and all of a sudden I'm just like, because like I can feel the hair on my tongue or something like that.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm just like, nope, can't do this.
So the Berserkers actually didn't get hit by that. A unit of 5 is 90, and a unit of 10 is 180.
Did they go up or down, or just stay the same?
They didn't change this balance slate, but they did the last one, the previous one.
Oh, whatever.
They went down by 10 points.
I got you. Yeah,
yeah, on each side. Also, Jim, if you're listening to us, how does the sound?
Yeah, are we hard to hear? Because the mics, like I said in the beginning, are a little...
Please let us know. Your input is invaluable. But yeah, with considering that the Khorne Berserkers don't have the benefit of the larger unit being, cheaper than taking a 5-man, it kind of seems like it incentivizes 5-man groups. They're only going to get 1 blood surge, and if they're battle shocked, they can't do it. So if your volley ends up killing half of them, well.
Oh, what are you, a 6? Leadership? Probably, it's a 7 or a 6.
I think it's a 6.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I didn't do fucking shit.
Why isn't it showing up? Hold on.
Oh, it's the new scene. Isn't it?
No, this isn't the new scene.
I lied.
Let me see what's going on
While
here.
you do that, I'm going to look up their leadership. The leadership is pretty high.
Sound is good. Okay, thank God.
Let's go.
Where's the vid? Did I put videos in here? No, it's there.
We're having technical difficulties, and I'm Googling stuff.
Why didn't it? Did it not show up? Hey, hit that again, Jim. Hit something again.
Jim, play a little video for us. Also, this is my good angle. Don't ever say that again, or you're banned.
Oh, you know what? I might not have seen it because I put it to take over this one here. That might be why I didn't see it. It takes over my camera that I'm painting on, which I'm probably painting in the spot that's not being shown. So they're just seeing a little red fucking...
Sometimes it be like that.
All right, so Blood Surge took a big hit.
Yeah, it says any surge move. I honestly don't know of any other units that get that. I think that's directly targeted at world eaters.
There might be other, because I know Tau have some mechanics that are similar, don't they? Not from getting killed, but like being able to move. Is that just a keyword?
Yes, it says surge moves as far as like if they.
I mean, I'm assuming that it's mostly targeting.
Yeah, it seems like it's mostly like that's even the example they gave in the errata was the Berserkers.
Oh yeah, it's the easiest one.
It's the easiest one. I can't. I'm also a Tau player, albeit not very good. I can't think of anything that happens in the enemy phase where you would be moving, except I know crisis suits get something. with one of the detachments.
Allie J.
Allie J, what's up? It's good to see you can chat in chat.
It's good to see you can do the thing that
You can do the thing. All right, on to the next one that I think is important, which is pivot values.
All right, this is huge.
Yeah, this is big, and plus,
do you want to cover something small? Get through some of the little side pieces. Or
Okay,
do you,
I can.
This one's probably going to take up a lot of time.
This is the one that I'm most like. It's the biggest change. Like it's a pretty big one.
Yeah, let's save that one for like midstream.
All right. Another thing.
Not.
Yeah, I'll do a smaller one. I'll ease you into it.
I don't want to. I'm not trying to tell you how to run your ship there,
it's the
I'm
one.
gonna have a lot to say about that.
It's the most information, and it also affects Drukari players.
Oh yeah, which is why I have a lot to say about it.
It affects Drukari players a lot,
and it affects these guys too. Look at me.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It also affects demon, like a lot of demons, because the hounds, flesh hounds, and the bloodthirsters, the big dudes, because they're on oval bases. They're not on round bases.
Yeah, the bloodthirsters are the guys on the rhino-looking things, right?
Oh no, they're the big demon guy right here.
Oh yeah, bloodthirster.
Can they see the mouse? Yeah, the big dude.
Jesus Christ. What are the juggernaut?
It affects those guys too.
Bloodletter on a juggernaut is what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm losing my mind, dude.
The Corn Berserker on Juggernaut. What's that unit called? Blood Crushers, I think, is the demon version. Dude, why'd you have to say that?
I know.
And the demon version's Blood Crushers. The World Eaters version is. Give me 2 seconds because I had a brain malfunction.
Oh, Tommy John didn't want to paint with her yesterday.
No, I did, but we started watching a movie and I got demotivated real fast.
Smile, right?
No, we watched Hysteria, the first episode.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
So not a movie. We were watching Halloween, but Allie J said, no, I don't want to watch Halloween. That's boring.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not going to lie.
You don't be like that.
It is a little boring.
Oh,
like back in the day, it was good.
The Corn Berserkers don't have one yet. They only have like Lord Invocatus and the guy on Juggernaut. The World Eater's Lord on Juggernaut.
Oh, she's an iPad kid now. She got a gift?
Oh, 100%. No, she's just always on her phone, on the TikTok,
The old Tic Tac?
The old Tic Tac.
I'm not going to lie, dude. It's some of the more reliable news.
I won't go that far.
I mean...
Well, okay. Before we do that, we'll go into overhang.
Okay, there was changes?
Moving model, yes.
What was the rule originally?
The rule originally was, like... Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Make sure I'm saying correct.
I know I'm pretty sure I thought it said that you couldn't have overhanging models.
Yes, but now you can, as long as the base can fit through and you do not end in a point where you cannot fit the base, you're good. So like the example they give is, yeah. They give a Bloodthirster. The Bloodthirster has wings that could touch the models, but its base could move through. You can move it straight through. And as long as it's not touched, like, essentially models cannot no longer be like balanced anywhere. Like you have to have them completely
Wobbly
on
model syndrome.
Yeah, you can't have that. None of that.
Which I used to do that a lot.
Well, it used to be a thing.
Jim said John not wearing his Balenciaga suit. John not wearing her iconic Balenciaga suit.
That's tomorrow.
Okay. I was like, wait, what?
No.
Are you dressing up in something tomorrow?
No, it's not happening. Tomorrow will be my actual uniform. I was gonna wear it today, but we're gonna actually do a Halloween thing.
I know,
but realistically, it did not come to my mind that perhaps talking in a mask for 3 hours was not a good idea. So I was like, oh, yeah, that might not be good. So happy Halloween, belated.
Yeah,
to everyone.
the best holiday.
Yeah.
Although it sucks because I had like no energy on Halloween,
Sometimes it'd be like that.
but so overhanging models.
Yeah, so overhanging models, as long as your base can fit through the gap and you end on the other side without touching the terrain features, you're good to go.
So if I had two things like this, and I'm trying to get through there, that would touch normally. But if I could end the move, it's good.
Yes, if you're not like getting lifted up, as long as there's no overhang. Like if that had wings, and the wings were hanging down, it was like lifting up the model, you couldn't have it there. Like it can't be like balanced. Like it has to be able to fit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be good because it doesn't have like that wide.
Yeah, but
berth.
would I still be able to move through that terrain if I went over the sides of it like that?
You the base has to fit in between them.
Okay.
The base has to fit in between them.
That's what I was trying to.
Yeah, I thought you meant like whenever you showed me, you had. It was just perfectly far enough apart where I was like, oh, it can fit. You know, I'm bad at gauging things like that. But yeah, that's a small one. Another thing before we get to the big topic, let me move down to indirect. We could do. No, let's save that.
Hey, Airman, what's up?
What up, brother? We won't ban you this time.
Ban him.
You did me a solid.
Ban him. Well, that really sucks to hear about. Pretty much what made your army fun.
Well, since we're already on the focus of my army, another thing that I don't like that
this whole thing isn't biased whatsoever.
No, not at all.
It's not. He's
I'm
not
gonna pick
talking about things that affected his army.
I'm not going to pick out things I don't like personally. Who would do that? But speaking of which this is something that happened earlier, but it is something that still upsets me, and they clarified the wording now. Tank shock.
Yeah.
Tank shock now goes off toughness
of the model.
Yes, and it does not give you an additional bonus if your toughness is over their toughness, which in the last version it was strength, and then you got an extra, I think, 2 dice.
Dude,
if your strength was over their toughness.
So I had a list build with Drukari that had the Tantalus. So if you put Rax in the Tantalus and you use the right CPs, I mean, I think I averaged it out. It was like between like 14 and 18 mortal wounds on average.
It was nasty.
It was nasty. I mean, you had to pay 3 CP for it. But I mean, when you want to get rid of a unit,
it's nasty.
It's like 8, yeah.
I'm upset about it. My favorite combo was the Mauler Fiend. I'm a huge Mauler Fiend enthusiast because mine's painted. And he had a strength, I believe, 14. So you'd get that many dice, and then if your strength was higher than their toughness, you would get additional dice. And now it's just flat toughness, which that's not okay. It's not as good. It's sad because I was like, man, nobody's using Mauler Fiends. I'm going to use a Mauler Fiend. And now it's less for that stratagem.
I wonder how that would work in AdMech, because they have a lot of stuff that has the vehicle keyword.
They do.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I never even thought about that. So if I had a unit of vehicles, would I get a dice for each of them? Or I don't remember. It's been a while since I looked at that.
With the new way?
What's the wording?
With how it is now, just after a vehicle, so I would assume
a vehicle?
That vehicle unit, select one enemy unit.
So, well, hold on. Read it as it states.
Okay, when?
Now?
Charge phase. I'm reading it as is. Just after your vehicle unit from your army ends a charge move.
A vehicle unit?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. It's worthless.
Target that vehicle unit.
It's worthless.
Oh.
It says unit.
Yeah.
If it said model,
that would be different.
That would be different.
Yeah. See, that's why it was good for, everything. Like, high strength weapon it was good for Mauler Fiend, but now it's like Mauler toughness is the same as like a rhino. It's a little. I think it's a little tougher for a rhino, but it upsets me nonetheless. And you don't get the additional dice for a maximum of 6 wounds, which honestly, what's the highest toughness in the game? For a vehicle.
It's like 14 or something like that.
Yeah, so 14. I mean, I feel like for a 5-up, you'd be hard pressed to max out 6 mortal wounds, right? Just quick mathing it.
I'm doing something, so go ahead and.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, not trying to be a dick.
Okay.
No. I just realized I don't have YouTube pulled up, and if anybody's talking on YouTube, they're not gonna show up. Not that I think anybody's gonna be on YouTube right now, but
look what you did. All right, on to the next thing that doesn't affect me because I'm not biased. We'll go to. We're skipping around. I want to go over the thing that's. What's happening?
I just hate, what's it called? Damn, I hate, Droid. I hate Droid.
Oh.
Dude, that took so long to get out.
I hate Droid. Legit. So the next one I want to talk about is indirect fire you can no longer do torrent.
Oh. But just
I didn't see
it. It showed up.
I didn't see it.
I don't know what that was. Oh my god. Stop it.
Dude, what are you doing right now?
Hey yo, Bing Bong.
What up?
Oh, he subscribed for. Wow, thanks, man. Awesome. Why didn't videos play? God damn it.
We're having technical difficulties today.
Well, it's all a new setup.
Yeah, all new setup, new computer. Mr. Moneybags over here is living his best life.
Shit. Here, I'll give him a nice old.
I mean, that did it.
What just happened there?
Anonymous just followed you to the channel.
That's not real.
Can you just make that pop up?
Why did it say anonymous?
Can you just artificially inflate your numbers and pop up anonymous? That'd be dope. I'm like, oh, another follower.
What? Why did it say anonymous?
Well, I think you can select anonymous whenever you follow stuff.
Chad, what's going on? I know you're not anonymous, man. Thank you for the follow.
I know you're not anonymous. I know you're not anonymous.
Can we force John to paint with his mouth? Ooh.
Probably not. I don't think that'll work out too well.
So I have a whole bunch of new stuff that I just put on here. Clearly, there's some complications going on. But Chad, if you're just joining us now, we are going over
the errata.
Some of the errata for
the kind of new errata.
Yeah, the kind of new errata. Yeah,
like relatively, time.
What a
little paradox.
Something tells me this John is the main character in the stream.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it's like equal.
No, I was joking. I'm definitely not the main character. I would never take that seriously. I'm definitely an NPC. I walk by people all the time and wait for them to talk to me so I can give them a quest.
You are.
And there was much rejoicing.
That's weird.
Damn it, man.
Is it because of the scene? While you do that, I'll try to get some painting done. I'm going quick.
What is the dealio?
Speed paint.
They're there. It's happening. But yeah, no. I mean, this is actually my stream, but I mean, John's the co-creator, so
you're definitely the main character. You don't have to be shy.
I don't look at it like that, dude. We're all in this together.
We're all Not NPCs, totally. This isn't a computer generated scenario.
Aha. This is why. Because I'm stupid. All right, Jim. Send it again, dude. I need to make sure this is working.
Jim, this is your moment. Prove to us that you're the main character.
So John's a fraud?
100%.
An imposter, if you will. Well, I'll just play a video. Hold on. Oh, shit.
Do the aliens one. I like that one.
I'm going to go ahead and play...
Mother trucker, dude! That hurt like a butt cheek on a stick.
Alright, there it is.
We did it!
I love my motherfucking Crocs. Get up.
Get up!
Rock.
Anyway.
Where'd the mouse go?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, dude.
I love my motherfucking mouse!
What were we just talking about?
We're talking about indirect.
Hold on. What were we just talking about?
You mean before indirect or after indirect?
Just a second ago.
Just a second ago, we were talking about main character. Who was the main character?
Not that.
Okay, then we're talking about indirect.
Cool. All right.
All right. So with
there was another one.
This errata in August, indirect can no longer have torrent, so it's like you can't do indirect flamers. You can't; those keywords cannot be combined. So that way, there's like a. I guess it would be. It doesn't affect my army personally, so I can't really relate to it as much. But apparently, it affects Thousand Suns and Grey Knights.
100%.
Yeah.
Thousand Suns had some really sneaky stuff that they could do.
Yeah, and this cut down, like this crackdown on that, you can no longer do that. I would imagine it's like a numbers farming thing, like statistics. Like if somebody really digs deep, they could find statistically some of the best combos, and they're probably cracking down on that. Because I mean, the sheer volume of dice.
I'm turning it down. Sorry.
That was terrible.
Sorry.
Is that how I sound?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna stop talking for the rest of the stream. All right, we'll pass it off to Kyle. Kyle, what are you painting over there?
Nope. That's you, bud.
But no, it's one of those changes that I think is like geared towards like statistic farming. Is that like a thing where it's like, this is statistically the most viable option, I'm gonna use this?
We call that math hammer.
Yeah, it seems to be cracking down on the math hammer a little bit, because it definitely takes out variance. If you have indirect being you can shoot at models that you can't see, and then torrent automatically hitting models you cannot see. I'd imagine that combo is pretty nasty. And if units have that, yeah, I would assume that's disgusting. You throw enough numbers, eventually you'll wound them.
Yeah, no, it's gross, dude.
Yeah. I can see why the change was made.
Probably affects Thousand Suns the most.
Yeah, the ones I saw, I read an article.
And reread the change. Yeah, you can't Overwatch at those targets, right?
No, indirect cannot be used with torrent. Gotcha, so you cannot fire at units you cannot see, and use torrent weapons. Like it just they don't work. The keywords don't work together. You have to do one or the other. Because torrent gives an automatic, not torrent. Indirect gives an automatic -1 to your hit, and torrent automatically hits, so it'd be null the nerf.
That is kind of funny that they wrote it and didn't see that.
Yeah, that they were like, oh, these could happen together. It's also funny that certain armies are super have that combo and others don't at all. So you see that change and you're like, what? That seems obvious, right? Because you made it -1 to hit. If it's -1 to hit, why does something that can always hit work? Right? Am I wrong with saying that?
No, it's just funny the way that you said it.
You'd look at it and you'd be like, oh, this doesn't make sense. What am I nerfing?
What else we got?
I'm gonna skip around because you don't want to get to the main topic. Let me actually look at my notes. I think I have some good notes here.
Yeah, hey Chad. So, and actually, Jim, I've been really busy getting everything ready with this computer, and I'm probably gonna have to. Sadly, I'm gonna have to send it back and have them send me a different one because I can't get the HDMI capture card to work properly that I had bought as an external one. I'm not going to get into the whole story because it really pisses me off.
Can you play the Wasted?
No, I have it, but it's not. I don't have all of them installed yet.
No,
so yeah, some of the redeemables,
perfect.
some of the redeemables aren't working. I apologize in advance. I know I suck.
Wasted.
They can't even say the "we suck again" because they already tried.
Oh no, not even the "we suck again."
I know.
We really suck again.
Well, yeah, we do. I'm wondering why when Bing Bong subbed, why it didn't play the sub video. Anyway, things to figure out for tomorrow. I'm gonna be working all night on this again.
Oh, we're gonna have it right.
Making sure that everything's working properly.
Also, talking about tomorrow, we have a pretty long day.
Yeah.
Not to
we
get
got
off
two
topic.
streams. Not to get off topic, but we do have 2 streams. It's cool. We understand it's all John's fault.
100%. I came here and I was like, let's party. And he's like, no, I have stream stuff to do. And I was like, that's lame. And then we didn't do the stream stuff. And we just talked.
Jim said he's going to get the no sleep record.
How long?
Dude, how long have you been awake?
How long is the no sleep record? That's got to be some Russian sleep experiment
I was
stuff.
just thinking the same thing.
Right? Yeah.
Even though that was a bullshit story.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know that.
I mean, I'm sure they've done it, but that story in particular where they're like, we don't want to sleep anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Like, somebody made that story way more ridiculous than it is. But, hey, let's get back on topic here. We're talking about rules. We're getting sidetracked.
All right. So you don't want to talk about pivoting yet?
Yeah, Torrent.
We already talked about that. I think we covered everything.
It's 11 days. You'll be streaming it. Well, I will jump in, bud. I don't think you should do it, but...
We'll go to transports.
Okay.
I think that's the next big interesting change.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
My main army really relies on them. So.
First on with firing deck. Firing deck, you choose the amount of models that it says, like firing deck X. So if you have firing deck 12, you choose 12 models, and then that particular vehicle is equipped with those weapons, and the models are no longer eligible to shoot.
Okay, so you can't shoot out the vehicle and then jump out and then shoot.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was abusing the shit out of that with
Yep.
Shikari.
And that is changed. The model, it is equipped to the vehicle, and those models are no longer eligible to shoot.
It was. I mean, the wording was always that it was equipped to the vehicle, but it just didn't say you couldn't shoot. So
yeah, I think it's just a clarification for that for firing deck. I would imagine that Drukari.
Oh yeah, Lance spam, dude.
Yeah.
Everything was shooting in the vehicle, getting out. Yeah.
Shooting. Yeah. It makes total sense.
Or it was like, wait, they had a rule where you could jump back into a vehicle, so you'd get out, but you wouldn't be able to get in the same turn. I can't remember what the wording is with Venoms, but you can get back into Venoms.
Yeah.
So you jump out with lances or whatever you have, shoot, and then jump back in.
Nasty, I would imagine. Which it's funny, like whenever you focus so much on one army, especially since I play World Eaters, I look at these erratas and I'm like, this doesn't affect me. It's like, who is this affecting? Who are these changes geared towards? And then I figured out.
John said it's the best way to make cash and become famous with low effort. Streaming him not sleeping. You can be like those people that sit there with all the lights and ding dings in the background, where you press a button and it's like, try to wake me up, and people are like laying in their bed sleeping. Have you seen those on
No.
TikTok? It's the dumbest shit, dude. My For You page on fucking TikTok is so off the wall. Like I get these live streams of people in like India or something, and there's like a family, and they're dressed up like frogs or something like that, and they're just sitting on what looks like lily pads in the forest, like in the real woods at night.
What?
And they're just staring at the camera, like all squatting, staring at the camera. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at, dude?
Do you like, if you donate, do they do frog stuff or?
No, I don't. No, fucking no, I don't donate.
Well, I mean, like, did you see people donate? That's kind of an interesting.
Dude, I see it and I'm like, why is this on here? Like, it just keeps showing up.
Oh, that's Speaking of that, we'll talk about real quick before we get back to the rules. The main point of the stream. Have you seen the NPC streamers?
Yes. It's so weird, man.
Ooh, a flower. Cowboy.
And they're just sitting there like.
I'm like, it's like, dude, NPCs don't even do that.
I don't know why it keeps switching over.
Oh, well, switch it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, switch it back. but yeah, the NPC streaming has gotten like, I mean, it was popular. I'm like 3 months behind most trends because I only watch YouTube. I don't have TikTok. Oh. Is it doing it?
Having technicals. Are we still moving in the... Nothing's froze, right?
Yeah. I don't think so. I'll check that one.
No, that one's... Yeah, that one's good.
Everything seems to be good.
I don't know what's going on with this stream deck. The
dragons are coming. Fellas. South Park reference.
Okay, so every time I minimize it, it resets. That's a little weird. Never had that happen before. Shit, I don't even normally have it open.
Oh.
Oh.
I have no idea what's happening right now.
I wish I could just say Hawk Tuah and become overnight millionaire, but we gotta struggle. Yeah,
Wouldn't that
dude,
be
that chick
dope?
hit it. That chick hit it hard, man. It's like,
dude, I love reading. Before we get on to that, I love reading the theories of like that's an industry plant. Like they wanted that person to get notoriety, and they did it. It's a social experiment, and I mean, it's fun to read. I don't know how, like, validity-wise, I try to refrain from having opinions on stuff I have very little knowledge about, which stuff like that, I don't have a frame of reference. I don't know how any of that works, but it is interesting. Like, I love conspiracy theories in that sense. Like, it's fun to read, but it's not going to go far enough for me to have a real opinion on.
I mean, what's the conspiracy theory?
That she was an industry plant, like that was somebody that they wanted to see if they could manipulate to fame. And that's the conspiracy.
That's the conspiracy theory?
Yeah, like thinking, so the conspiracy is like, think about how quickly it all happened. She made a video, then she got propped up on like talk shows and then got a podcast that quickly. Like normal people, is that the track you would go on? Like immediately you get notoriety. You're like, okay, whoa, I'm famous now. I have one viral TikTok. I'm gonna start contacting all these people to see if they'll talk to me. Or they contact her. You know, like, okay, so think about how quickly it all happened. Put yourself in that scenario. You make a video of you doing that. What would your next step be? And how quickly do you think you could obtain internet fame off one viral video? Like, think about it objectively. You were you were a Hawk Tuah man, so to speak. How quickly do you think you could have your own podcast that's like number 3 on Spotify? Because hers happened within like 2 months.
Well, I think it's because it's a female being extremely sexual, and it's funny, and it was actually funny. Like,
but that quickly? Do you think that's realistic?
I mean,
now
I feel like it kind of goes. It depends. Well, because that dude, I'm gonna say this: that thing was shared. It was instantly all over everything.
Oh yeah,
people were making merchandise out of it. Yeah, I think that
You think it's like perfect storm scenario.
It was
See, that's why I'm saying it's like I'm not gonna have an opinion either way. I'm very I'd be a great politician. I'm very anti. Like, we don't harm babies. I think that's a good stance. Like don't harm babies. You know?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
for sure.
Very middle of the road kind of guy. So I'm not gonna take a hard stance on anything. You know, I'm very like for the people. But it's one of those things. It's like I could see both ways. Like I could see it being some kind of social experiment / also being like just pure luck. You know, like I think it happened in such a way where it's like it gives the suspicion of it being, you know, happenstance or like, you know, this was set up just to see if they could do it. You know, see if they could have people, you know, pay into this.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fun.
I don't buy into all that stuff
Dude,
most of the time.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I don't buy into it either. You know, it's
well,
like
some conspiracy theories are fun though. Like I like the UFO conspiracy theories.
See, I think that's fun. I think it's still fun. It's just like I don't care either way.
It never even occurred to me to think that there would be a conspiracy behind that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like it's fun to see how other people think. Like me personally, I don't care. Industry plant, regular person, it's not going to change the way I live. But it's fun to see how other people go, dude, this is how it happened. She was set up.
All right,
by
hold
the
on.
media.
No, let's break that down though. What are the chances, right? So they're gonna take a girl that really does she have ties to anybody? Is that any part of the conspiracy?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, so
From what I've
probably a
seen.
nobody,
Yeah.
right? You're going to have somebody that's already established as a YouTuber that goes out and interviews people. You're going to confront that person and say, do this, which I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
So that's plausible, like to ask the question.
Yeah.
So they and that's assuming that the government entity or whoever is behind it knows that saying Hawk Tuah would be such a sensation, right?
Yeah.
So what are they like? Oh, we have it. We have the funniest thing that a girl could say on camera that's going to launch her into
Hear me out.
notoriety.
Hear me out. What if it was a situation where she said that and it popped off and then people contact her and set everything up after that? As far as like, okay, this is a good way to make money. Like think about the
So she was
advertising.
already on her way and there was people that bumped her up.
And then, yeah.
Well, yeah, that 100% happened. That's not even a conspiracy.
I mean,
I don't know because she did what she did on her own.
Yeah.
Right. And then it became an instant classic, basically.
Yeah.
That got overplayed like crazy.
Yeah.
And then other companies are starting to jump on the bandwagon of people that go viral like that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the Catch Me Outside girl.
I'm saying yeah too many times, but yes.
The Catch Me Outside girl.
Yeah.
That was like the first one that did that, right? That did something stupid basically, and then got super famous and rich for it. So other people now are recognizing those things, those businesses, they're recognizing that, and now they're wanting to capitalize on it. So yeah, 100. It's not even a conspiracy.
That's one of those things that I guess maybe the conspiracy lies in like why it got so much attention in the first place. A random viral video, you know, of them saying it. Maybe it was pushed to the top of lists to be watched by people. I don't get that. I'm not a doctor.
I mean, it took off on TikTok. I'm
not a botanist. I'm not a botanist, but it's fun to watch. But it's like when people get like too invested in it, you're like, oh, it's kind of crazy. I don't care that much. You know?
I mean, it's fun.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
But I do prefer the.
Oh no, the
actual
aliens, 100%.
government, like aliens and
Yeah.
freaking
Larger than life.
MK Ultra,
Yeah.
shit like that.
That stuff's cool.
Yeah.
This stuff is
I mean,
like,
MK Ultra happened.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's not
that-
even like a conspiracy. Like
dude,
that.
the men who stare at goats.
It's such a good movie.
It's great. I do love it.
Kyle, quick, say something dumb.
Too late, buddy.
Yeah, no. I'm like, have you been listening to this?
My entire life has been me saying dumb things nonstop and no one's stopping. So good luck.
All right. We have officially derailed.
All right,
again.
we've overstayed our welcome here. We'll go back to Warhammer, I guess.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jim, saying Hawk Tua. You got us on a freaking 30-minute.
Dude, it's fun to talk about. You know, I'm not gonna take away from that. Big Guns Never Tire. Before I go back to transports, Big Guns Never Tire had an issue where I think it was Neuranthropes had an ability where they were kind of able to ignore, because they specified that the unit instead of the model, and that was specifically for.
You haven't explained what you're talking about.
So Big Guns Never Tired. If you're firing into a combat, you still subtract 1 from that attack's hit roll for the unit. It used to be where Neuranthropes had a kind of get around where they could not have that because it was by model, like the way they set it up. It was. I don't play Tyranids, but it specifically was directed towards Tyranid armies with that change. So it's the whole unit that gets the -1 when they're shooting into a combat.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go to the transports now because I think that's the next major one.
Yeah, I thought that's the one we were going to.
Yeah, it was, but that was, I
Then
saw
we
it
got
pop up. I
derailed.
just want to go and talk about it.
You could take a dump and y'all fire in the hole. Oh wait, Diddy did it already. Dude, that did talk about fucking crazy.
Dude,
that
are you
Diddy
right?
shit.
You are really trying to get this derailed. I'm going to lose it. I'm not even going to know that we're talking about Warhammer anymore. Okay.
No.
All right, no, we're getting derailed. We're getting derailed. One thing. There was a picture on, I believe, Facebook, and it was somebody went to a Halloween party, and one of them was dressed up as Diddy, and then his girlfriend was dressed up as a bottle of Vaseline.
Oh God, that's awesome,
dude. and I was talking to my mom about it, and she was saying, she's like, that's not even really funny. And I'm like, okay, that's funny, but it is probably not acceptable. There's a difference. Like a lot of stuff's funny, but maybe not like you do it. You know, like depending on the setting.
Oh, because it's making fun of people that got SA'd.
Depending on the setting, you know, like you could see where it's like, okay, that's not tasteful, but like it is objectively fun.
It is 100% objectively funny.
It's funny, but it's like you don't do it in certain circumstances, perhaps.
Dude, it's like the dead baby jokes. Nobody actually likes dead babies.
Yeah.
But
but it's like a dark humor. Like you definitely need to know your audience.
Yeah.
Whenever you do stuff like that. Definitely need to know your audience.
Wait, he went as Diddy?
Who?
The person that was in the costume?
Yeah, the guy was Diddy and his girlfriend was Vaseline.
Were they black or white?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't go that far. I was just told the story.
If it's a white dude going as Diddy,
that's kind of funny.
Doing
I mean,
blackface?
it's funny. It's just probably not right. You know, it's still funny.
The only person that could pull that off is freaking Robert Downey, dude.
Tropic Thunder, what a good movie. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna find it. I have it in my notes, but the actual errata was unavailable to me until like yesterday.
I am just putting the camera on you, buddy, making it super awkward.
Do not.
I already did.
You got a good Kiss shirt on. Thank you. Thank you for all the true supporters of music out there while I awkwardly scroll.
Well,
yeah, keep it on me while I look. Because I need to find this.
You know, it's I'm so glad you're doing this because I would get so ADD scrolling through shit. I'd be like, oh, that's a rule I didn't think about. Shit.
That's exactly what's happening, but I'm like I'm pushing through.
Push, dude.
I'm pushing through. Oh my
I need to
put it on you painting. I haven't actually, like, I've used it for my notes.
No, I'm gonna put it on just the complete window.
Do not. Let's see me go like scrolling up and down. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's the Q&A for transports. All right, I'm gonna put it on the Q&A for transports while I talk about it. Okay, so disembarking from transports. Whenever a transport dies, You have to disembark every model from the transport. You cannot wait and you cannot roll to see if a unit like if models die, so you can kind of squeeze them in.
You cannot wait to see if a model dies.
Like like the vehicle can't be destroyed and then you instantly roll to see if models die. Once the vehicle is destroyed, you must put your models down. Does that make sense? Like
and then you start rolling, and then you have to pull from that.
Yes.
That okay. So what sucks about that is time.
Yeah.
I don't do it for any cheating or any gotcha moments.
Yeah.
I do it just because it's like. Now, I guess if you had a bunch of special characters, a transport full of characters, that would be different.
What it brought up was that people were abusing it in the sense of they would do it, and whenever vehicles disembark after a vehicle being destroyed, they can be shot at with Overwatch.
They cannot or can?
They can.
Okay. Oh wow, it's like they moved.
Yes.
Oof.
They can be overwatched.
That's brutal.
Yeah. So in the person's turn, when they disembark models, they can be overwatched.
And that's
a change. Yes. Ooh. Yeah. But the way that it was described, I read a.
God, that makes things so dicey for Drukhari, man.
Yeah, I read a Goonhammer article. Shout out to them for the ability to write things that I can understand. But essentially, people were using the rules in a term of like how they would dictate units would get out, so they could shoot at them. But it happens all
at the same time.
Yeah, and they have to be placed before they lose models because the other player would let their models get killed so they could fit them in those 3 inches, or the bubble that it has around the vehicle that you could fit them around. It's a very interesting change. It's something that I need to play way more competitive
to know the full effects of it.
Yes, but it does seem big, especially for units being able to be overwatched when they get out of a vehicle.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. Also, another change is relating to this. Whenever you bring in a vehicle from strategic reserves, you know the rule where it has to be within 6 inches for strategic reserves. A unit can get out of that vehicle and be outside of that 6 inches.
Okay.
Yeah. That was another change as well, which I thought was very interesting.
Does that translate over to deep striking a vehicle?
Yes.
Hold on. So let's understand the implications here. You're saying I can deep strike a vehicle within or at 9 inches, outside of 9 inches of a unit. So like right at the 9-inch mark. So I'm deep striking in.
Yes.
Okay. This is the deep striking unit.
Yeah.
Okay, comes in 9 inches away.
Yep.
This is a vehicle that's deep striking.
Yep.
It has people in it.
If they can get out after it moves.
Yes, they can.
Yes. Strategic reserves, I don't know what did that.
Yeah, I don't know what that would do. I don't know what that was.
Oh no.
What is it? What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, well, fuck.
How would I know that?
Don't just say, oh, no.
When I was looking at it, I don't see any indication of how it would.
Yeah.
How it would be.
Maybe it was just a notification for something. Anyway, I was just hoping nothing came undone. You know, like a camera. We're still good on the cameras, right?
I'm seeing everything.
Okay.
Could it be a sound thing?
No, it's showing up in there. We're good. I'm sure it was just something stupid.
It was just a sound. It was just the wind.
It was just a sound.
From my understanding, yes.
Read it.
I couldn't find it on the Q. This is on the QA right now. All right, let me find it. Give me 2 seconds.
I mean, you can scoot on to something else. We can come back to it.
Yeah, we can.
I don't want to screw you up.
And this is a change that's earlier. Insane bravery. Only once per battle.
Yep. Yeah, that's been a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that there's some people that have no idea. Haven't even played 10th yet.
Did it say that you had to do insane bravery before you rolled?
No.
Now it has to be before you roll.
I think they made that change in the last update.
Okay, then that is the change.
Yeah, they made that change in the last update for sure.
Okay.
That's so crazy though.
Going back to transports, so if a leader gives a unit scout and they're embarked within a transport, that transport does get scout.
A leader?
If a leader gives a unit an ability.
Okay.
Of scout, like Invocatus for World Eaters.
So any character that gives stuff to a unit when it's attached to a unit.
Yeah.
So it still needs to be attached to a unit though to confer that.
No, Invocatus can give it to 2 separate units without it being attached.
I'm not talking about Invocatus. I'm talking about just rules overall. So like a lot of characters say, while this leader is leading a unit, it gives the unit something. So in order for it to confer to the ship, it still has to be leading a unit. You can't get in the ship and then it gives. I mean, is he technically leading that unit now? No, because it's not something he can do because it's not in his profile.
I'll read the exact wording, but I'm pretty sure that it can be for units that give it to that unit within that range. Like if it's
what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about like Lord Invocatus.
Yeah, you're talking about a leader that gives it to the unit.
That has to be leading a unit to be able to give
that would get it as well. That gives it to the transport.
But they still have to be leading a unit to be able to give it to the transport.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Do you understand the?
No, I get what you're saying. So the exact wording is models can make use of any Scout's X ability listed on their abilities, or a Scout X ability that is a unit that starts the battle embarked on a dedicated transport model. Provided that.
Oh, so it's specifically Scout.
Yes.
Okay, so this isn't just rules that confer to a unit then.
Yeah, it's everything.
So if a leader has fights first and is leading a unit where she gives it to it, that vehicle now has fights first?
Only Scout.
That's okay. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, only Scout.
I
Sorry.
said this is Scout.
Yeah, Scout
okay.
only.
Yeah.
And it has to be dedicated transport. It can't just be a regular vehicle that can have people embarked into it.
So that gets rid of the big tanks.
Yeah.
What's it called?
For Tau, it would be the
Land Raiders.
the Tiger Shark.
Yeah,
Land Raiders.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
What's the other one for Drukari? The Tantalus?
Yeah. And it gives it to that regardless of how embarked units gain this ability, whether it be enhancement or attached character. So like if the character gives it, doesn't matter. If it's enhancement, doesn't matter. They get that movement. They also changed the scout rule where units, so if I think there was a specific case with orcs, they had scout and then a number, and the number was higher than their movement. And then people were arguing that they could only move their movement as a scout move. So if you have a movement of, let's say, 6 inches, and you have scout 8, you get to move those 8 inches.
Yeah, why would it say, why?
It was a clarification of wording. People were arguing that it's like you can only move your move.
So, dude.
That's like legalese. You know, it has to be put in there because people are arguing it in tournaments.
Oh,
I would imagine.
I'm just saying, as if somebody tried to pull that on me, I would be like, dude, it says it.
It would be very frustrating.
It would be like,
why did it say? Why did it give an amount?
Those are like well, technically, like those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would it tell me a number higher than my move if I couldn't use it? That seems kind of useless, you know.
I'm sure Games Workshop, the writers over there, are like, for fuck's sake. Like, really?
They kind of bring it on themselves sometimes, though, because that other sentence that you told me, it was like, but the unit that did not do that the last time, you know, like stuff like that. Where it's
the
like
player whose turn it wasn't 2 turns ago.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The player whose turn it is not. Well, You mean the other person's turn? Like what? What? Why you say it like that? Oh.
Yeah, they're very wordy. Like they use a lot of words, and that's the problem. Is it leaves the more words you use, the more it leaves it open for interpretation.
Yeah. It definitely makes it worse. Another thing that units cannot be set up if they can't be in coherency. Like you have to be in coherency every phase. So like you can't.
That's different.
Yeah. Well, I was mentioning it more so with like transport. Like they have to be in coherency, or you lose the model.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's why I use less words, save time.
Sometimes I mean less is more.
No, the way you wrote it.
Oh yeah.
He said, "That's why use less words, save time."
Yeah, exactly. We got what you were saying.
Exactly.
There's no contention in that.
I just forgot what we were just talking about.
Oh, we're talking about the deep strike. You have to be in coherency every phase.
Yeah, so I mean, I used to do shenanigans all the time where you're not in coherency right now, but there's like a coherency phase, and
Yeah.
you know that you'll make up for that coherency in the next phase. But
in a turn.
I mean, there's times where those inches matter. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
So it's like if you're not making legal moves,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Coherency all the time. Big change. I really want to get to the exciting part. Well, I'll hit one more small thing before we get to the big one. With stratagems, apparently there was something with the wording.
Hold on. I forgot to say this.
What?
I can't believe John never apologized to Airman.
I'm always apologizing to Airman for my grievous mistake.
For banning him. Jim said, I guess John's never going to apologize. Sorry, buddy.
I apologize all the time.
I apologize all the time.
Every day. All day.
I'm Canadian. Sorry.
Gaining command points, they changed it with the wording. Outside of the 1 CP you gain at the start of the command phase, each player can only gain a total of 1 CP per battle round. Apparently there was some workaround where people were getting multiple CP. You can only do it. Like you can get 1 CP at the beginning and then 1 CP in your battle round.
I don't know how.
I don't know what army or what.
Oh, no, it is. That might have been a little bit different. I don't remember. No, because it was the same. You could give up a secondary.
Yeah.
For what's it called? But
oh,
then,
so you only get one. Yeah.
But then you could get like Death Guard has the 7 chant fold where they can get another CP.
And Tau, the Ethereal.
The only time that that pretty much makes that model completely useless in Death Guard.
It kind of does it for Tau too if you want to give up. If you're doing the transitional secondaries.
Yeah, the only time that it really comes that it does well is when like you have one that you want to keep.
Yeah, or you're doing fixed.
You're about to get or fixed. Well,
which it seems like people
wouldn't get it anyway.
Yeah. Well, what do you?
You'd have to have to get an extra CP.
You'd have to have that model.
You'd have to have that model.
That's what I'm saying. It maybe the model is useful for fixed.
Yeah.
Like that's that makes sense. You know, for CP spam.
That was way more than I thought it was gonna be.
Look what you did.
Look what I did.
All right. I'll look over, see if we got any other small stuff to cover.
Airman's looking up what kill does.
If you use it, I have to kill one of his models on stream.
Oh God, I would be fucking pissed.
I would be too. What? You're gonna break $20? I'm gonna break you.
Well, dude, these are expensive.
Yeah,
it's like $60 for 3 of these.
Oh my God! Well, I said $20, so that's right. For 3?
Yeah, it's $20. Yeah, it's $20 a piece.
I just threw away $20. Armand, go ahead and call in kill. see somebody actually die on stream.
All right, let's go to the good one, dude.
Yeah, let's go to the good one. I'm excited about it.
I'm not.
So, pivot. So right now,
hold on. No, all you did, exclamation kill, 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 all that does is give you the, what it does and how much it costs. Which, speaking of cost, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I don't know. We're going to be doing that stuff. Well, probably need to talk about that before we briefly talked about changing up the how we do the call-in stuff.
Discussions coming soon.
But what were you just saying?
If you call it in, I'll kill something.
No.
In this room. Who knows what it will be?
I have it disabled anyway, so
do it anyway. Just throw the bits out, and something will happen. I swear to you. No, we're going to talk about pivots. Okay, so now pivoting costs movement. You only have to pay the pivot cost once, and then you can pivot it
as many times
as you want. Right now,
but you can't end further than your model's movement.
Yes,
which is where the cost comes in, I guess.
Yeah,
which I feel like it probably is going to hinder you more often than it's going to help you.
Did we lose the music? Why does it keep doing that?
Hold on.
Why does it keep doing that? Figure it out.
No, it's my fucking OneDrive. This shit keeps telling me that I'm like over my storage. I'm like, dude, I'm not using it right now. Stop.
You don't have enough space.
But yeah, go ahead.
All right. We're getting into the brass tacks here. You know, the brass tacks.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
Oh, you don't know? Okay. We're going to teach you. All right, so you get to pay, depending on the model, you end up sacrificing movement to get a pivot as many times as you want, which is good for getting around terrain. Models that are not on a round base, excluding monster and vehicles, it's a 1-inch pivot. So like an example would be Flesh Hounds. Because it's a beast.
So you basically, with them, you're always -1.
Yeah,
for the most part, you're always -1.
If you need to turn them, yes. Like unless they're going in straight lines, you know. For monster and vehicle units, it's 2 inches. For vehicles on a round base that is wider than 32 millimeters with a flying stem, which sounds like Drukhari to me.
Yep.
Is also 2 inches. And then aircraft is 0, and all other models are also 0.
Say those last ones again.
It says aircraft models 0, and all other models are 0. So like your infantry.
Okay.
Which I would assume that most of Drukhari vehicles.
All of them.
Yeah. So that hits you. The Venoms are getting 2 inches. How's that with Venoms?
So
is it going to be a big deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. Because, I mean, part of what makes Drukhari so effective is their speed.
Yeah.
So anytime you start fucking with their speed, I mean, it dramatically reduces. I believe they're still doing really well.
Yeah,
They
are.
They're doing like really well right now.
Actually, the article I was reading about it said that it was more of a kind of like an annoyance, you know, like it was there, but it doesn't really affect like what their overall mobility, you know.
No, I mean, it depends. I guess it depends, but I know right now the meta isn't necessarily very. What people are playing with, it's not super vehicle heavy.
Yeah.
Like they've got Beastmasters and shit like that. I don't have those models, so I don't run them.
Sound like cool models.
You
should probably own those.
Well, you can't find them anymore.
This stream is sponsored by Games Workshop.
No, don't say that. No, it's not.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Jesus Christ, no.
Allegedly. No.
Stop it. But not that I think anybody would really fucking say anything anyway. It's like
They immediately like, yo, look who said this. That's why you say you're
you
joking.
just know how Games Workshop is, man. They're freaking psycho about that kind of shit.
Copyright strike.
But yeah, I mean, to me, man, every inch counts.
I mean, it does, you know, in real life and the game. Like,
Yep.
everybody wants to be taller.
You made a pee-pee joke.
Hey, nope. I said everybody wants to be taller.
Yep.
Your mind went to the gutter.
Because you put me there.
Nope. I never put no one nowhere. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah, I like I said, it's a different meta than like they're playing a lot different meta. Like I looked at one of the highest Drukari, like one of the lists of one of the highest players.
Yeah.
Like in the recent tournaments, and you know he's got a wacky list. I mean, it's all the same stuff, but you know you got like not almost no anti-tank, like very little anti-tank. And I think what they're doing is they're playing the mission game. They're not. So Drukari, I like playing Drukari like they're supposed to be played, where they're just fucking shit up. That's the way I like playing Drukari. But I know you can actually play them where they're not like cagey, but they have so much movement that you can just get them around the board. And
you can do a lot of, I was about to say, mandrakes in particular seem like a great objective, like secondary.
Oh, that's all they do.
Yeah.
Like no, literally, that's all they do.
That's money, you know.
Yeah, like they're not useful in any other in any other way. They're not useful.
It's not about winning the battle; it's about winning the war, and they do that.
Kyle would have had enough space, but he's got over 2 terabytes of John's feet content.
There's nothing wrong with that. I have good feet, good toe spacement. You know, spacement. Is that a word?
No, spacement.
Is that not a word?
I like it though.
It sounds like a word.
It's a word now.
Yeah, it's a word now. We got spacement.
Yeah, that's just not my play style.
I need to play it for me to. I'm not a person who can hear something
and know how it's going to
affect how I play. I need to do it.
I know that I am always wishing that I had more movement.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I'm always like, man,
if I had 2 more inches.
If I just had 2, literally, it's like.
So now it's 4 more inches. If I had 4 more inches, I would destroy you.
Well, I mean, because, you know, with Drukari, you have to set up like you're going second.
Yeah.
Always. You cannot be, like, aggressive with Drukari in their setup. Or at least that's not the way I play.
Sounds legit to me.
Got a copywriter in GW will make the spacement. They're going to take it.
No, not her word. We just came up with that. It sounds so cool.
Dude, these are gonna look so bad.
Nah, don't say that. They're gonna look great.
I think they'll look cool. The color scheme will be cool. Whether or not I do it correctly is another question. But yeah, I've seen Scarredcast. He's one of the highest ranked Drukari players.
Yeah.
I've seen what he does with the Beast Pack. They're really tanky. It's like the tankiest unit that Drukari has.
Yeah.
So it just soaks up wounds. I mean, they get wounded easily, but they have a ton of wounds to give. And it's like a whole unit of different models. Almost kind of like, kind of reminds me of how Deathwatch is, you know, where it's like a different model for each that has like a different profile.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. And then you got the Court of the Archon too, which I also don't have. The Court of the Archon it gives benefits around them and shit like that if they're together. I don't know. I like the Lance spam just because it's fun, but I also like throwing a bunch of close combat in there too. I know Incubi got a big increase in points, so that's going to be a problem. Which just makes them, like, you're getting minus your movement with the vehicles that get them to where they need to go. Because here's the way, and I don't mean to go off on too much of a tangent, but
Well, no, I was going to say, not really a tangent. We also want to talk about points changes. Do you want me to bring up the list of changes for Drukari?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah, seems relevant to me.
I didn't want to talk about the way I play Drukari anyway. It's actually really not even how I play Drukari, it's how I play every army. And it's based on... Yeah, while you're looking for that.
All right, well, it looks like they got a lot of increases.
Yeah, they did. Which I think it kind of evens out, at least with my lists. I'm actually 15 points shy right now.
All right.
Apparently Netflix wants to buy the rights to the Rings of Power. Yeah, good luck.
I honestly thought they already had.
But yeah, you know, like the way that I see it, man, especially with Drukari, like each unit has a job.
Yeah.
And I like to double task, and Drukari and Eldar are like armies where they have units that are extremely narrow in their function.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They have a specific job.
They have a very specific job. So if that thing doesn't accomplish, you know, and like everything matters in a Drukari army because they fall apart so fast.
Yeah.
So like
glass cannon, if you will.
If a unit dies before it accomplishes its task, now what happens is now the burden of that task is now put on, this is any army that you play, it's the same concept.
Yeah.
But like it really matters. Like that's one of the things that I think about a lot when I'm playing Drukari is like, all right, you need to do this. You need to do this. If you don't do these jobs, then this one is going to take up and do that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like then you start, I don't know if that makes sense, but
you're like micromanaging. Like everything needs to be doing its part.
Right.
On the basic level, if it's not, get rid of it.
Now you have to change your plan and you have to make up for it.
Yeah.
And with Drukari, man, when you take away movement,
it makes a lot of models less appealing.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, Incubi, like you pretty much have to straight shot them in. I mean, granted, you're probably going to get shot out of your tank before that anyway.
Yeah.
If you're not, well, depending on what you're playing, you know, like you have to basically hop from terrain piece to terrain piece. But that's the thing, man. Like you could get into those tight spots before, you know, you have 14 inches to move.
Yeah.
And you'd be able to pivot and move. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Like it didn't really matter. But like, I don't know why they just didn't change it to measure from the base.
Yeah, well, that's still in there. You still measure from the base, but now it's an additional. I guess maybe because
it said before you measured from the whole of the ship. Always.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's big.
So like when that whole pivot thing, like when Pariah Nexus first came out.
Yeah.
They didn't punish you for pivoting. There was no punishment. So like one of the things I used to do back in the day was you set a Drukari transport up like this.
Yeah.
Like this is the line of scrimmage here. This is your deployment zone. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm understanding. Yep. Oh.
So like what you do is you'd go like this. Look at this. Like you'd line them up like this, and then you'd pivot this way, so you get like an extra 2 inches.
Yeah.
So now you're moving 16 inches instead of 14 inches, and there was nothing telling you couldn't do that at the beginning of
you used to be able to do that at the beginning or the end of the movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you're like, oh, a little bit short of what I wanted, pivot. There's my pivot move.
Yeah.
So I get maybe it's trying to take out like the gamey elements of like, oh, I didn't need to know I need to do this. It's like as you do it, you're paying for it. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, man, it like I think
a hypermobile army. It's not as,
and it's gonna hurt any of those armies that depend on
not infantry
hugging terrain.
Yeah,
you know, hiding from getting shot at.
Any vehicles.
Yeah, I don't know who
heavy.
said that it's not going to affect Yukari a lot. I mean, maybe with the current meta that they're playing.
The units they're
Yeah, that's
playing,
what I'm
maybe.
saying.
Yeah.
They're offering a few $1 billion for the Rings of Power. That would be very cool. I would like to see a reboot.
That's a lot of money.
So stupid, dude. What's the voice?
That's a lot of money. It's like that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, the pivot thing, man. It's
big.
I don't know how people would say that that's not that big of a deal unless you're just not playing a transport themed Drukhari list.
Yeah.
It 100% matters. There's been times where literally like an inch and a half gets me where I couldn't be seen and where I could be seen.
Yeah.
Which is huge for Drukhari. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you don't.
It's one of those things, and plus, for our stream, we're doing a 40K stream tomorrow at, what was our ETA on the 40K stream?
40K is probably like. So I know I've been bad about time, but we're trying to get started at 7.
All right, so trying to get started at 7, and tentatively we're doing Death Guard versus Drukhari.
Yeah.
So we can see how some of this comes into play. Albeit I'll be the one probably utilizing Drukhari, so I might not get the most bang for my buck, but we'll definitely do a little AAR at the end and give first-hand opinions on the pivot rules as they come up in gameplay. Because it'll be, I'm a very visual learner. I need to see it in action to know what's really happening, and I think playing Drukhari and then seeing the pivot rule firsthand will really give me an idea of like how it affects the game. Because from this last errata, I think this is definitely the biggest change.
Yeah.
100%.
The torrent thing's a big deal too.
For certain armies, for me,
what army doesn't have torrent?
Torrent and indirect.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because it's both.
Yeah.
And I know I don't have any shooting at all. So for me, I was like, I mean, it feels like it shouldn't have that if you already gave a malice to indirect. Like if indirect has a -1 to hit, how are weapons that can hit automatically even affect it? Like, why would they even matter? You know?
Well, see, and the thing that's annoying about that is with Thousand Suns, I think you have to pay to make them to give them indirect.
Oh, ugh.
So it pretty much just negates the whole.
Like that mechanic's gone.
Yeah,
now.
the mechanic's gone.
Oh, that's wild.
That's what I'm
that's
fairly certain that you had to pay for it.
That's where one of the things we want to do on this channel is get kind of coached up on every army, or at least have an expert for every army.
Yeah.
And it'd be valuable for stuff like this because a lot of these changes, like I play Tau World Eaters, like, you know, I'm like, it doesn't really, it's not huge on me, but like the surge move.
I mean, you need to know when you go to a tournament so people don't cheat.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Because I can tell you, man, cheating is very prevalent, and mostly with movement.
Yeah,
movement makes or breaks a game.
I'm a sweet summer child. When people tell me that they did something, I'm like, all right, man, good to go.
I am too, mostly because I just don't care, but like,
it's a game. Why are you?
LVO, I guess, would probably be a little there. I'd be a little bit more like paying attention.
Yeah.
Just because I paid a lot of money to be there. You know, I don't want to get cheated out of a game.
That's actually something, a video I watched recently is why a lot of cheating happens is because of the way sponsorships are. People get sponsored and they're expected to place really well. So they're more likely to kind of be like, hey man, no, that's not how it is, because if I don't place well, I'm not going to get paid. Because a lot of people make a hobby their full-time job and they want to keep their job.
That's understandable, but it's not like
it's not ethical.
Like you should be sponsoring based on personality.
Yeah, and not,
you know, somebody that's gonna, you know, I'm assuming that you're gonna sponsor somebody that streams. Like,
yeah.
Are you just? I don't think 40K is at the point where they've got like people sponsoring just players. that don't put content out.
They do put content out, but they want to have like that. I think me and you talked about it before. Like they have like a baseline, like, oh, this dude's really good. To be considered really good, you need to place well. So they have the pressure put on to place well. So whenever they see something advantageous, it's like, why not fudge the movement?
You're like going over, like completely skipping what I was just talking about.
Oh,
I was saying when you're talking about sponsors,
yeah,
like they're expected to. I was going in a completely different direction.
Oh, I did not. I thought you meant like
No.
Why are they going for?
No. What I'm saying is that I don't think 40K is a game that you can really sponsor somebody to win. Like,
I think that's how it is.
What I'm saying is, I'm sure it is, but
Yeah.
I'm saying it's stupid.
No, I agree with you.
Because this is a game of, at the end of the day, you're still rolling dice.
Yeah, it's still a game of
You can have
chance.
the best plan, and it happens to me all the time. And you guys see my rolls.
Yeah.
You know that I'm not lying here.
Most of the times I've ever beat you were because you just rolled
Just
bad.
rolls.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with strategy.
Dude, if my rolls would stay statistic, I would be the best player in 40K. Just throwing it out there.
All right. We're going to find someone who can
Totally
roll
kidding.
dice better
Totally kidding. I suck
to
at
see how far he goes.
No, I'm totally kidding.
It is interesting. I do think that's very it's cool to see, or not cool to see, but it's an interesting take of like why people are pressured, like why people cheat, like inherently why do you do this? Like some people it's because hey, there are people I have to impress.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cheat. And then other people just do it because it's like a gratification, like I won, I'm the best.
Yeah, see, but to me it's like, how do you take pride in winning when you didn't actually win? Because you didn't. You cheated.
That's a different different stroke kind of argument right there. It's like they have their name on there as like a winner. Because cheating does happen. It is. Yeah.
John's being too humble. You're like Batman, dude. You come pre-planned years in advance. Aw.
What?
Are you good, dude?
No, I'm.
Is that shot getting? Do you need another shot?
No, you said all. Is it all for me or all for you?
It was nice what he said. He said, John's being too humble. You're like Batman, dude. You come pre-planned years in advance.
No, I don't understand what I was being humble about.
I mean, we said a lot, so I'm sure there was something in there.
Oh, thank you.
Take the fucking compliment.
I'm taking that. I'm taking the.
Christ,
I'm taking the.
this guy?
I'm taking the W.
This is who you like, Jim? Jesus, man.
I was like, I don't think I was being humble. I think I was just being like honest.
This is your favorite? Whatever, dude.
Zombie John.
Zombie John.
That's a celebratory hand raise.
Forgot what I was talking about. Oh, pivot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a huge deal, and and then you look at armies like Death Guard. I mean, granted, I think 90% of the army isn't affected by it, but
because most of them are infantry.
Plague versus crawlers.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Dude, your OneDrive is really upset with you right now. If that was what that was.
No, I don't think that's what that was.
I didn't see anything pop up. If anything's happening, please say something.
John's like, whatever, dorky, disgusting human filth. That's how you were just talking. See, this is what I'm saying.
I never am like that.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Is that one froze? Yep.
Which one?
The front view, yours.
No, it's not. Oh, it is.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, thank you for noticing. I was looking at literally every other thing besides that one. I hope it was a good position of me.
Oh, damn it.
Well.
No, it's fine. I'll fix it.
He's fixing it.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
In the meantime, I'll talk to you.
They can't see you.
Do we want to talk about points?
Are we done with pivot?
I really need to see it done in a game. I've said everything that is said about it, like the rule-wise. I would like to see it in action, personally. I have a hard time Oh, yes. Give it to me. Give me the camera angle. We're doing it. We're solving the problem.
Yeah, now I need to change OBS
Yeah, it's
a little
good.
bit.
Yeah, with the pivot, it's such a big change that I just need to see it. I need to see it in action. I have small, smooth brain that does smooth brain things.
Um,
Oh, here it is.
yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of a shitty angle that we're at. And it says Kyle.
We are one. We are Kyle. Keeley.
We're Kyle and John. Yeah, we can go over points really quick and then probably go back into the rules.
Oh no!
What did you do?
I didn't do that.
You definitely did.
It froze. I didn't click anything.
Well, now I'm new computer.
Oh,
OBS is not responding.
oh no! Yeah, I didn't click anything when it did that. Just move the mouse. Try to minimize so I could look at the thing. Can your Stream Deck still move it to
I don't
take
know.
a quick break while we fix technical difficulties? We got this, guys. For real, for real.
I don't know if we're even on right now.
Oh no! No, we are.
Why is OBS not responding? Well, I might have to shut it down and restart it. Sorry, guys. We will be right back.
Right back.